Hello and welcome to Chocolate and Cheese with him and her.
Hello, Lulu desu.
All right. It is Tuesday, the 3rd of March, 2015. And today we'll be talking about celebrities. It is our celebrity rant. Now, I have selected 4 different celebrities, quite high-profile celebrities, and we'll have a little chat about them.
Okay.
Let's start with the first one. Now, Lou, you have no idea who I chose.
No, I have no idea.
This should be rather interesting. Our first one is the lovely Robin Lord Taylor. Mm-hmm. Do you know Robin Lord Taylor? Who is Robin Lord Taylor, Lou?
He's a penguin.
That's right. He plays the penguin in that new TV series, Smash series, Gotham.
Awesome.
Gotham is awesome, isn't it? I mean, we absolutely love that show, and I'm sure there's loads of fans out there who know Robin Lord Taylor as the penguin. Many people have been saying Robin was born to play the penguin. I mean, it is an absolutely fantastic portrayal. What else do you think about Robin Lord Taylor as the penguin? What strikes you about him, Lou?
I think he is actually penguin.
Oh, you think he's the actual penguin? Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah. No, I mean, he plays that character really in a very fantastic way. We've been watching this now for a couple of weeks. We've seen, I think we've actually seen every single episode, and it's just everything. It's the way that he's dressed up. The kind of like they use some kind of, not really a mask, but he has some kind of like false teeth and a false nose.
Very pale skin.
Very pale skin. I mean, it's
wet hair.
Wet hair, absolutely. He just looks the part. It is fantastic, and also the way that he does play him. It's like he always has this smirk on his face. He kind of like grins. He's kind of socially awkward. He sometimes snaps, like especially in the beginning of the when they started with the show, he would, suddenly, when somebody actually called him, "Hey, you remind me of a penguin," he would just snap. He hated being called the penguin, and he would just kill people. I mean, he wouldn't have it, so he would kill them. So fantastic portrayal. He looks great. I think it's just, he's smartly dressed as the penguin. It looks absolutely fantastic. No matter about, don't worry about that limp, which is getting worse and worse, from episode to episode. He limps more and more and more, but he looks great. It just, I would even say, yes, that's attractive. That's hot. Although he looks bizarre and weird and strange.
Very charming.
But he's charming. I agree. I agree with that. He looks just very charming. He has this wonderful, wonderful, very lovely smile, which is weird to say because he plays a psychopath. Absolute murderous psychopath. But yeah, it's great. So the only thing that I'm now wondering is, can you imagine this guy playing any other role than the penguin? Anything else apart from being a murderous psychopath? Do you think he has that range as an actor?
I think so.
Do you think there is quite a lot to him? Okay, because when I've watched this program over the last few weeks, I always see him, like with that cute little smile, looking kind of like befuddled and kind of awkward. And I'm just thinking, we've seen this now. I'm getting used to it. I'm almost like starting to get a little bit bored of it. Saying he's always doing the same thing. I suppose, okay, maybe there isn't so much more to do simply because the writers didn't give him more. Obviously that could be.
A little bit weak.
Yeah, but I think that's possibly the problem with the show at the moment. It's getting a little bit, I would say a little boring actually.
Yeah.
I was so excited when the whole thing started. But we're talking more about the actor anyway than the show. We can maybe talk about Gotham. Is it awesome at another point? But I think we both agree we love Robin Lord Taylor as the penguin. He looks fantastic. He plays it really, really well. I have my slight reservations, thinking about, does he have the range? Could he ever play anything else after this? Is he going to be too typecast? Like it happened to many actors. For example, this Harry Potter actor, Daniel Radcliffe. I think nobody could ever imagine this guy not being Harry Potter. But anyway, so we both agree this is So we quite like this, actually. Now, the next celebrity that I have for you is somebody that you actually like a lot. You're a huge fan of the next person. It's Bjork. What do you think about Bjork?
Lovely,
Okay.
charming woman.
Okay. Just in case you don't know who Bjork is, although, she is actually world famous. Where is she actually from? Is she from Iceland? Okay, so it's an Icelandic, and I think she calls herself a singer, a songwriter, a performer. And she does what I would describe as a rather strange music. But I mean, you're a huge fan. I don't quite get that. First of all, I think she looks rather bizarre. She has very strange costumes when she plays when she does stuff on stage, and I don't really understand her music at all. To me,
I think that's fine. If people not going to understand her,
Yeah.
doesn't need to listen or look at her
Yeah,
at all.
yeah.
Just ignore her.
yeah, maybe I should do that. Yeah, because it's not really music. I mean, can she actually sing? Have you ever? I mean, for people, if you listen to a song by Bjork, I can never detect a melody. I can never detect she being like hitting the right notes. She just screams and shouts. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Yoko Ono. She does something quite similar. It's kind of like a very weird music style.
I don't really care about Yoko Ono, but
Yeah.
I think if you don't understand Bjork,
Yeah.
just leave her alone.
Okay, we should leave her alone. Oh, that's good. Yeah. It's I find it.
It's not really music or I don't know how can I explain, but
Yeah, I find it's very funny that you say it's not really music, because I agree with that. I would say yes, that really isn't music. It's just something.
it's passion, isn't it?
Yeah, but yeah.
Emotion.
Yeah, you could just be a woman being outside and being emotional. I mean, I honestly do not understand that music at all, and I've never understood her music. You know, it's not me being at a certain age, and I'm not that old anyway. You're not that old anyway, but I don't get her music. I don't get this. For me, this is actually just noise.
Maybe it's noise.
Yeah, that's true. But that's funny that we actually agree on this. It is rather bizarre. And when she does interviews, you never know who she actually is. She sometimes puts on a funny voice. Then she speaks like with a heavy accent, Icelandic accent. But she doesn't have to. She also speaks quite fluent English. Yeah. So.
And I think that's she feels like that day. She wanted to put some accent.
Okay.
When she speaks English.
Yeah.
It's just a feeling.
Okay, yeah, I find that annoying. I never liked Bjork, and I don't think I will ever like. There is, I think, one or two songs, if you can call them like this. It's what's that called? Human Behavior. Is it called like that? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That is okay, actually. I can understand. I've seen the video, which is interesting as well. But yeah, Bjork not for me, but apparently for you it works. It works for you.
I think Bjork is basically like Marmite.
Or you either love her, or you hate her. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you love her, and I absolutely hate her.
And I love Marmite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so
maybe you have to love.
She is Marmite.
Maybe she is Marmite. Maybe you have to love Marmite in order to understand and appreciate what Bjork is doing, which is beyond me. I really don't understand.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's it. Yeah.
The next celebrity. I'm curious what you're thinking about the next one, or what our listeners think about that one. She is absolutely huge, Lady Gaga. What do you think about Lady Gaga?
Businesswoman.
Yeah. Well, I suppose, yes. I mean, if you're saying, oh, I hate her, she's stupid, she's definitely not stupid. She's a superstar. And if you're a superstar, well, you definitely have the right people behind you, and you kind of need to know what to do in order to rise to that kind of fame. Some people have called her the new Madonna. That I find that offensive, because Madonna, oh my God, I mean, she is just, wow, she is the queen of pop, yeah? She always did new kind of music. She always reinvented herself, coming up with new fashion. And don't get me wrong, Lady Gaga does exactly the same thing. You never know as what or who she's gonna appear next. That is really fantastically done. But I don't know, her songs, is it, maybe it's, I'm not in that particular age group, that this, like the main target of Lady Gaga. You see, the one thing about Lady Gaga, I think that I probably find most disturbing, I have no idea what Lady Gaga looks like.
I used to don't understand what kind of face.
I know. Isn't that like the weirdest thing? Because that was never the problem with Madonna. You knew that Madonna, she had long hair, she had short hair, she dyed her hair dark, and then she had blonde again. But you always kind of knew. You see, if I imagine Madonna now in my head, I can see a clear image, of who she is at different times, early 80s, late 80s, 90s, whatever. If I think about Lady Gaga, I only see like blonde hair and sunglasses. I don't actually know
That's quite a long time ago.
Is it? Okay, maybe I'm not up to date, but I can't really understand. I think she doesn't even know herself what she looks like. I wonder, I could imagine that she doesn't have mirrors in her house.
Of course.
Because I think she would be scared, because she probably thought when she would probably freak out saying, who's that woman in my house? Yeah. No, I unfortunately, I do not like Lady Gaga. What do you think? Do you like her? Do you?
It's okay.
It's okay?
But I really think she is a good businesswoman.
She is. I agree. And there's loads of people, including Paris Hilton, which I actually don't mind that much. But she's also a fantastic businesswoman. She knows what she's doing. She knows how to sell herself. And this is what Lady Gaga definitely does know.
Very talented.
Absolutely. Oh, and I have to say, I actually like her music more than Bjork's, because, well, it's easy to say, because what Lady Gaga is doing is actually music. Right. Our last celebrity for today's show is, I think that's probably one of your favorites at the moment, and that is Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. Lou, you are in love with Benedict Cumberbatch, aren't you?
Because he has got such a comfortable voice.
He does.
Oh, that's very, very attractive.
Yes, he does. He just as much as he could act, he could also be just doing wonderful voiceover, and I think he does loads of voiceover because he has a very nice voice as well.
And somehow he's in the screen. It's very comfortable to watch.
Yeah. There's something very likable about him, very genuine, very warm.
Yeah.
But that's also part of his voice. Obviously, Benedict Cumberbatch, who's risen to fame because of his portrayal of Sherlock Holmes. I think that was one of his breakthrough characters. Yeah. And then afterwards, obviously, also in the in movies, in The Imitation Game, which was absolutely fantastic. The thing is, he plays this kind of like strange, bizarre, intellectual, geeky kind of type. But there's nothing wrong with it, I'm sure he likes playing these kind of. He looks kind of geeky, he's quite tall. He's very, very slim, very slender. And I wouldn't say that he is like he's not a heartthrob, he's not like the Jason Statham kind of figure. But through his geekiness and interesting voice, he's kind of like a sexy man in his own way. There's something very attractive about him. I think
something about feminine about him
absolutely,
as well.
Absolutely, I agree. Yes, yeah. That's the he's quite androgynous. You can clearly see that he's a man. But he is, he's mysterious. He's geeky, and he has the voice is really important. Can you imagine him having a really squeaky voice? That would be that'd be horrible. So he's geeky, but he actually has a very bassy, very low voice, which is really fascinating because you wouldn't expect it from somebody who's kind of like geeky and goofy maybe looking. But then he, with the voice and everything that he does, the way that he presents himself, it's just a nice package. It doesn't look odd at all. So it's definitely hot. I can really understand that many women and men, swoon. Even I got excited when I see Benedict Cumberbatch.
Or human, like.
Oh yes, he's a very likable character. He's a very talented person. I can also imagine that he definitely does have range. I could definitely see this in The Imitation Game. He is obviously cast in a particular role as kind of like the geeky I wouldn't say outcast, but unusual character. Yes, I would agree there. So here, I think we both agree that we absolutely love Benedict Cumberbatch, and we are looking forward to see more of his work.
Yeah.
Okay. So this has been our first celebrity rant, which was ranty at times, but not generally. You know, I mean, we always bring out the good and the bad in people. Maybe pure. I feel almost sorry a little bit about Bjork now, because I mean, you know, sure, she's very sweet. It just doesn't work for me, to be honest.
I still love you, Bjork.
When she hears that, she will be. You are her biggest fan, I'm sure. You are absolutely obsessed with her. But anyway, so this was our celebrity rant. I'm sure we're going to do another one in the future. But apart from that, I think we're going to say goodbye.
Yeah, we're going to say goodbye. See you tomorrow.